This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank.
We are joined by Tiffany, Chen of the Naperville Central Girls Tennis Team. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So you don't get that second state title, but you had quite the season. What was it like playing against Bella in that state final?
It was electric. I had a lot of fans come out and watch, like my family, my friends, and my teammates. And my coach surprised me with a bus full of our teammates from the lower levels, which was really nice. So I really enjoyed it because I had a lot of support.
You are, probably the captain, I would say, of this team. So seeing the support that you get from the lower levels to juniors and other seniors on the squad, what is that like for the team?
It meant a lot that they would come on a Saturday and bear through the freezing cold and the rain delays and such, and having them there supporting me as I was playing, it really gave me a lot of energy.
You have been to the finals now 3 years in a row, getting to the Final Four 3 years in a row. What's that like to show that you can be that consistent player?
I don't think about it like that. I just take it one match at a time, because when you start thinking, oh, I have this expectation to live up to, that's when you start letting the nerves set in and you can't play at your optimal game. So I try to brush that off and just take it in stride.
You talked about, when we talked before, that this is your senior year, so you're just going out and having fun. Was this probably your most enjoyable season, or would you look back at your sophomore year as that year?
Oh, sophomore year was a lot of fun for sure, but I think as a senior and being with these girls for 4 years, it's definitely been the most fun year because we've just bonded in a different way, and it's our last ride together, so it's been a really unforgettable experience with all of these girls, especially since we have 10 seniors on the team.
Now, were you always knowing that you were going to play tennis in high school? How long have you been playing tennis, I guess?
I've played tennis since I was 6 years old and sort of competitively since I was 8, and I was always going to play high school tennis.
So in your 4 years here at Central, what have you learned from Coach Bonet?
I've learned how to be a good teammate and to be able to push each other on, because clearly we win and lose as a team, and it's a very different atmosphere because in my club tennis, you're always out there alone. But in high school tennis, it's a really nice experience because we have the opportunity of really building each other up and competing with each other, which is very nice.
Now, as you've gone on through the 4 years here, you've kind of taken on a different role, I would take it as well. As a senior, what has that been like so far?
I think it's been good, but Coach Bonet told us last year that as 10 seniors, we really need to step it up for leadership so that all the underclassmen can look up to us. And I think as a class, we have done a very good job with that because we have a pretty big freshman class and a lot of underclassmen, and I think that with this past year, they really looked up to us in terms of leadership and being good role models. So I think that would be a success for us.
You had a nice run winning sectional titles all 4 years you've been here. What does that say about the program and its consistency?
Well, Coach Bonet has created a fantastic program here. I mean, 4 sectional titles in 4 years, that's pretty difficult, especially considering our sectional, which is historically a very difficult one. And 2 DVC titles, I mean, we blew North out of the water this year. I'm just going to throw that out there, but it was really nice, especially with a larger DVC this year, that we were able to still dominate in our conference.
Let's go to that Naperville North. What has that rivalry been like? I mean, obviously you enjoyed winning this year, but what's that been like to kind of know that you have that rivalry with North?
Well, we're all friends. Like, all the girls are friends, but I mean, on court, we're going to be rivals, and I would say it's pretty one-sided, that clearly Naperville Central is the better one, but I'll keep that opinion to myself. Well, for this year, but we go back and forth.
Another rivalry you've had has been with Bella. So what's that been like to play her 3 years in a row in this environment that you had?
I've always played Bella growing up, and we practice with each other as well. So it's not like seeing her is a new happening for me. But playing her at state is a very different experience because, I mean, clearly she is a very fierce competitor, and I usually don't see that side of her when we play in just normal junior tournaments. But at state, it's always fun to be able to play against such a great competitor and to have such a high level competition.
With the end of your year here, what are you going to take away from the 4 years that you played here?
I would just take away the memories that I've made and the friends that I've made, and what a great coach that we have, and sad to see him go, but he's graduating with us, and I would say high school tennis has definitely created an unforgettable experience for me.
What does that mean for you to go out with Coach Bonet? You know, that knowing that he's retiring, what he's done for this program, what he's done for you.
It makes me a little sad to think that he's not running the tennis program anymore, because that has been one of the defining features of the Naperville Central girls team. But at the same time, it means a lot that he's graduating with us, that this was also his last ride as well as ours. So I think all the girls knew that, and all the girls tried their best to make this a very memorable year for him.
That's all the time we have. Tiffany, I want to thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your senior year.
Thanks again for having me.